common as well. And,
Okay.
actually, read.
Oh yeah, set up like those plugins, like the projectiles don't go through teammates. Cause Age of Fortress just added it this season. I have no idea how to set it up.
If you go to ETFOL, um, there's a bunch of commands somewhere. I think it's Star 6's season. I can copy and paste all the commands. Easy cut. I think that's one. No. Do you have the conceit? There's a conceit plugin. It's further back even.
If you can't find it, fine. I'll just ask the admin, like before.
I can send it over later.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure sure some of my guys know it. I don't normally do the server stuff.
Okay.
So I'll find it later. Okay. So let's tap into this. Do you guys have many like specific strats at all, or?
Not really. This is like our first season together, and the team was made like really late, so we're just sort of like playing based on instinct.
Okay. What sort of level is Div 3 over there? I can't like.
It's like
What's your top level? Is
it's
it Prime?
div 1.
Is it?
Div 1 is
Okay.
the highest, and then div 4 is the lowest.
Okay. Cool. Nice response from the team. Oh my god, you guys are super good.
Yeah, I kind of wanted my teammates to like body block for me for a while.
Yeah, go forward. I think the only sort of thing from that mid is, as you run up elbow, you saw you got tagged by like that fat sticky.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's just standard thing demos do. Every time you get to mids, it's okay to delay an elbow. You don't have to
Okay.
force your way up.
Right, okay, okay.
Because often you get, obviously soldiers go and drop down. Some soldiers will just land on you because a lot of it, they know the timings these days, right? It's pretty
Yeah.
easy to know when the medic's going to be top of elbow. And if you're not ready for it, a lot of TF2 is just knowing what to expect and then just playing around it. So don't feel pressured to leave elbow a lot of the time. It's fairly okay to just chill. So yeah, they got full ads. Pretty nice ball from you. So just tell them to go NG.
Yeah.
You guys have like a.
We
You
try to
guys have
do
a.
like for last we try to have like the gun left with a pyro. So
Mm-hmm.
if they go shutter, our demo can like help our pyro.
Did your demo not play Underpoint?
No.
And our sort of like favorite hold, I guess, or one that I've always had good experience with is you have your NG and pyro top left, obviously. Not too far forward. I feel like the NG was like really far forward.
Okay.
Like basically playing the spawn pretty much. Then you build with your pocket and spawn, like he has the pickaxe out. In your demo and Roma, they sort of decide how they want to play under the point, because they're going to be the first two people to block point, right?
Yeah.
Like you saw in that sort of last push there, your demo was like top left with you, and you had a soldier there too, and they just piled into the point and they just capped.
Okay.
Your scout should definitely run you across the area, by the way. Like he should sort of
Okay.
be with you in big door. You don't want to be crossing. I'm sure you've seen many times when a medic just gets caught, or you've probably had it sometimes where you just get fucked in that little area between big door and elbow.
Yeah.
So he should definitely run you across.
Okay. Call when you're going in, Varian. Soldier on. I think that guy came like drop, but
Yeah.
he like delayed.
I think one important call that you're sort of missing at the moment is I don't know who's your pocket scout? Is it Kathleen?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Sure. So like one of the important comment you need from him every mid is just where the soldiers are. Like as soon as he gets to mid, his first like few sentences should be like telling you where the soldiers are and where you can like expect them from. Um, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's the same thing with when you expect it, you can work around it. But when you obviously get surprised and shot in the back, then there's not too much you can do.
Call if you're blocking point, please.
Just decide again. Also die. We should demonstrate his point for now.
Yeah. If I hit like one of those arrows, I think we would have like stood a chance.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think you all gave up ground. You saw how you were the only one like top left. Like your team were just like, I guess they all panicked for the point. I think your scout and your sort of pirate, like your soldiers, obviously have to sort of block the point, and they can be more smart about it as well, right? They can play the ring, they can spam down instead of having to fully commit to the point. But you should have had someone with you top left, just having like you saw their medic and their demo on the floor down here, like they're absolute chicken food. So I guess positioning is definitely something, but I mean you were in the like best spots, right? There's nothing you can specifically do there.
Okay.
And you're also just medic on the last hold, which was not. It's never really on you. But I mean, you've just lost mids for now. So yeah, Scout should be waiting here, running you up
Okay.
instead of now you've tagged.
Yeah.
You're 30 health. You probably honestly you probably should have died here if the demo was like on time. You would have died like caught fat sticky here.
Okay.
But you did anyway. But now you're 8 health. The pack's probably not going to spawn for a couple of seconds, and you're like out of the fight. Like they didn't capitalize on it at all, I guess. But I mean, yeah, you were out of the mid for pretty much all of it, so you just had to give it. You went in,
Okay.
and don't be afraid to if you have to back into Victor, you can do that. So you don't have to force your way into mid sometimes. If they're putting that much pressure on you, then like
Okay.
your demo is going to be super free at choke. It's the age old. If they're shooting me, they're not shooting someone else.
I made a mistake and I dropped down there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of get caught in the middle. You don't know what to do.
Yeah. Like
It's
since
fine.
we already took the trade, I wanted to like try and kill the people's capping, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the team like was not on the same page, so I like tried to help them by going forward, and then yeah,
Wait,
that
let
was a
me bring it
mistake.
back. Why? Oh, I was clicking on stream. Yeah, dude. Um. Oh, my push to talk key is
Oh, it's like your forward and back.
it's the forward button. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent up again. Why were you guys like up top? Up top. You know what I mean? Time of it.
Yeah. I think because yeah, I should have called to hold closer when a soldier spawned.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah, 'cause this is mids.
Hmm.
You trade 1 for 1. Someone else dies. Yeah. Okay. So they're down 1. There's 1 capping as well. So this is just there's 2 capping. They're all capping actually. You got your one soldier on now, another one now.
That's a mistake. Yeah.
It's okay, but I mean, you actually have your soldier here now. You don't need to be like too pussy at all.
Okay.
In this position, like instead of dropping down, I mean, obviously you know that you made a mistake, but instead of just staying up top as well, I would have come across to. You see my mouse cursor? You can't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go to like top of point on second, because honestly, the top of point on second is just the best pause on the map for like any hold. Even if the enemy team's on last, if the enemy team's on mid, if you're just under pressure, just go to the top of the point. You can see everything. You're on high ground. You have high ground on both like all the doors. A soldier has to travel so far to get onto you. You're never going to take like a bad trade. You're never going to get forced, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know your mistake here, but and then yeah, you're just really confused. You definitely need to think about your after the positioning as well. Whenever you hit 30%, that's when you should be running, you know, if it's looking bad.
Ah, okay, okay.
30 is like the magic number, I would say. Yeah, you just wipe on last. It's not too bad for now. So, I mean, it's not been awful so far. Like, you just lost mids, right? There's nothing horrendous that's happened.
Yeah, I think later on, especially like when we get time pressured, I start like making more and more like bad calls.
Yeah, it happens all the time, man. It's like, I do it myself. You're making it from medic, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to like
Yeah,
teach the rest of the team as well.
sure. You always seem to lose the first two frags. You should just be running here.
Mm.
I've never seen you get the first frag it not being traded like really fast. Hit 80. That's all I feel. Oh, he's trying to pressure still. This is okay. Oh, I am. I'm seeing this. Actually, that's just 10 health. He's 1. So Relic dies.
I
You need a
think,
scout on the beam here.
yeah, I didn't want to like chop my players.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. This is absolutely fine. You guys need to group up and chill together right now.
Hmm.
Oh no, he goes 2 behind. Yeah, honestly, you should all just like backed out together, all gone forward together. But you need to do one thing together.
Okay.
Like you and your demo on second, and both your scout and soldier went back. This is another situation where just going to the top of point on second would have been like absolutely fine because you can just see everything.
Okay,
You
okay.
have the point, so they can't backcap. Um, they're not going to surprise you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's okay. You live the entire time. You have a bit of ad at least. And he's just come flying into somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, I think thinking about the game in terms of like getting surprises is a good way to like approach it.
Yeah. Just if you know what to expect, then you're never going to get surprised, and something bullshit like this is not going to happen. You know?
Yeah, it always happens when I'm like trying to talk and like tell the team what I'm planning to do. And I just
Yeah.
die.
Yeah. Dude, all the time, man. I have it in my team where we're like discussing a strat, and then something just
Yeah.
so random will just happen. So okay, they're for lads.
I think you just get a gun already. Like we can try and soft hold and Fanny can go for a sack. Nah, just don't do this. Just hold last. Oh yeah, also recently I've been trying to like optimize my building a bit more because like
Yeah,
my team pointed out like it always takes me over a minute to get Uber.
really.
I'll buff you when
One little thing I just saw. This is like a pretty minor thing, but as
Mhm.
you're like leaving Riverside, if they have ad, you know they might be coming in soon. Never walk across the floor, like across this way. If you want to get to top right, either go through spawn or run around the rim.
Ah, okay.
This is like imagine if they come main fast and you are just in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Okay.
Like you see, like you're just here. Whereas if you rotate through spawn, it's just you know
Okay.
it stops those there's one in like 30 times when it just happens and then you just lose the round because of it.
Right. Okay.
Just another things expect it to happen so it won't happen. By Sonya 90.
We can stay with me. We can get it. Stay with me.
Oh my god, nice.
Point, 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 point. Just end on high ground. End on high ground.
Let's go cool down the high ground.
I can arrow you if you stand still.
That's right.
It's medic. It's medic. A bit lucky.
Yeah,
Try and stack.
that's alone. He lived, right? He didn't die. I know he died at the start. Did he die at the start?
I'm
Actually,
not
yeah,
too
okay.
sure.
So I'm not keeping track, but okay, just want to chill.
Yeah, I felt like the game was going too fast, so
Hmm.
to try and like slow it down. But maybe we should have just kept like our momentum.
If okay, my honest opinion, I'm not sure if this is right or not, whether it's but whenever we're pushing with ads, I never stack a point. Like in this situation, like where you sort of
Yeah,
stack, I guess you didn't have many people there, but I would just leave one and just keep going. Like they always,
okay, okay.
and like what my team like to do is like we like to hit the next spawn essentially. So if we're pushing out last, we would just go straight big door. Um, but I don't know who you got with you right now. Let's bring up a little more. Yeah, so look, they just got two spawns. It's only the medic alive.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just you and your scout here? You get another scout now. Your demo just got here too. Yeah, so what I would have done is that I would have let this scout cap
Just go
and
big door.
me just go big door and just hit their spawns, right? They spawn in the choke point, right?
Yeah.
You have the shutter on lock. It's basically going to be, your demo will have the three that are about to spawn, locked in spawn, and the other two are also going to be on the floor. Like they're not going to be in good pawns to fight it. Like Gullyosh mid is definitely a good spawn to like camp. But you can just walk in, and this should be mid for you as well, really.
Okay.
But I'm okay with trying to slow it down. You're 3-0 down. Nothing's quite working as it should be at the moment, so that's okay. But yeah, like when we get to Sunshine as well, I think it'll be something to talk about. It's a good pause from Mago. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was this an official or is this a
Yeah,
scrim?
it's an official.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd be calling it gay if it was in a scrim, because if they're going spy in a scrim, they've just run out of strats, right? They can't think of anything to do, so they just go for the random spy play. But
Yeah, like in the what is it, the few months of scrims leading up to this, because these guys are not from Asia, so we've never scrimmed them before, and I've never like we never encountered a single spy.
yeah, I mean, just every official, people are gonna play spy, right? It's so random.
Yeah.
It just
No, I
happens
know.
sometimes.
Like,
Pretty nice timing from him, though. So Jesus, they all have 100 ping. Are
yeah,
they all Australian or?
yeah, all from Australia,
Wait, where are you? But where are you from?
Asia, Singapore.
Ah, Singapore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all have five to like double
Yeah,
A, and then they
yes,
all
yeah.
have like 100.
Okay, this situation, right? They're four down. You're on one down. You leave one scout. You go to last. You let your scout cap both points because you can get like a
Oh, okay.
quasi sort of spawn camp on last. This map is so short, right? You know how
Yeah,
short the rollout is, yeah. Like you could be big door, lower, lower, into last already before they spawn, and you can have the spawn doors unlocked that your scout will be capping. Like you don't have to fully commit to it. Like if a sniper peeks and you get headshot, then you're doing it wrong, sort of thing. But you deny them getting a level 3 sentry get set up. You can see everything. But one thing, okay, so next time you play this map, and like this is probably one of the main things that you should definitely do as a combo. I don't Kathleen's your pug scout, right?
yeah.
So if you win the mid, and second is obviously going to be yours, you and Kathleen, you just run to last, and you go to the window top right. I think do you actually do it here? Yeah, you try to catch them. Okay, this is good as well though.
No, don't stop. Just get second.
So I think you definitely could have gone not to last there, but you know the window where shut is.
Yeah, yeah.
Your scout just goes there. We call it doing the AMS. You know who AMS is?
Yeah,
Oshi?
campus.
Of course, yes. So we always call it doing the AMS, where you just go to the window and you can see both the spawns. You can see if someone's going to go river behind you. You can pistol down the gun if it starts going up. You're sort of setting up in preparation. Like I know it's not going to be full ad in this situation, but if you get the med, it's even better.
Right,
Just
okay.
like denying crit heals, denying the gun, just being you're sort of pressuring already for the last push. You know, you don't need to have 10 people on second. Like I think this is a bit of a waste what you're doing now, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay because you lost one on mid,
But
but
besides Gully, is there any other maps where you can go like that quick or
I think most of them, honestly,
oh,
you got
okay.
like being if you're quicker on the map, it makes just like pushing things so much easier.
Yeah,
You know,
it really does.
like whenever we have an Uber ad in my team, we're always taking at least 2 or 3 points.
Yeah. That that's the same in like with the top teams in Asia. They all play extremely fast.
Yeah.
So sometimes we get like insane scores like 7 to like 6 in a match.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, if you're running with a scout, it takes you less than 40 seconds to run across the map, really. Or maybe not less than 40 seconds, but if, let's say they use on last and you just run at them with a scout, they just have to keep backing because they know you're going to Uber into them. And they can't, maybe they go for a force, but if you play it correctly, then you can get from your last to their last very easily in an
Yeah,
Uber.
yeah. We probably
Okay.
should have discussed it before the match.
No, it's fine. Like, I don't mind discussing things mid game, but you are like 5 people in this staircase. You have 2 soldiers and your demo. No one is watching anything, right?
Mm,
I don't think anyone's watching lower main right now. They could definitely be getting behind. One thing you definitely need to talk to, like before the match, is like just a default hold here, right?
right,
So like
okay.
default would be, you have your pocket scout watching main, your demo sticky shutter, your pocket holds balcony, and then your other scout and your soldier over its side. Yeah.
Okay.
So even if you're like discussing stuff, um,
You won't get like
and
caught off guard.
yeah, I mean, think like they could have done some crazy. It's another, you won't be surprised. They're not gonna. There's not gonna
Yeah.
be a Sully that comes. I think he does come behind, does he not?
I can't remember.
I think I maybe watched this far. I think a Sully comes behind in a minute. I think it's just because just main's not being watched.
Yeah, and like the whole team's buffed, but no one's like peeking for info as well.
Yeah, yeah. This window is so powerful. You can see everything.
Hmm. Oh, we're
I
so slow, even though we have the
yeah.
pick.
I personally don't like double soldier if I'm honest, but it's
Yeah, I yeah, I talked to the team after and I told them that as well. Because if we double soldier for sure, they're gonna push, and like we just can't like slow them down at all.
exactly right. So like, if you're gonna double stack, I think solid scout is
Yeah.
once you come outside, just having a soldier in this pos here, like you call it drag spot, just holding fucking
Yeah.
angle. You're done has shutter, and then you just have a scout with you as well. They can't really do much. That's okay. I mean, you're in a decent pos here.
I think I kind of feared the sticky a bit too much there.
It's okay. This is another situation. I have said it a few times now, but if you went top of point on skins, you don't get forced there, right? You have 2 scouts
Right.
in a demo.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
you're not caught in that little area like at Buff Balcony, like in the middle of everything.
True. True.
It's honestly it's the best spot on the map. Yeah, you get caught. It happens. It's nice delay by your soldiers. You get choked. It's a good live by you. They should have killed you really.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of ad. You haven't been building amazingly.
Maybe next time we just go big dot straight away. That's why I don't like to sack 2 soldiers.
You literally say it right there. Oh my god.
They're gonna push it for sure if we sack 2.
Like, can you hear the stream?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. Just keep spamming them. Keep spamming them. Don't give them space. It's even. Kill the soldiers. One behind. One lead. We can get on them now.
Hey, what? Okay.
Just walk forward. Just walk forward. I fell.
Nice. That's alone. Just roll.
Go, go, go.
Don't care about arrows. What is this? The medic is not gonna peek and arrow you. You know, just run with the scout.
Right, okay.
It's more important to catch the medic right now than everyone
True,
standing
true.
around playing for arrows. I mean, he's 20 health, but what's gonna kill him? Right, nothing. Just run with the beam.
Okay. 1% cap. Rest of us go last. Go last, go last, go last.
Oh my god. Okay. If you're going off picks or just like trying to take it for free, do not go through this door. This is the worst door on the map. You had the choice, right? They were completely wiped. You know, they literally just spawned.
Right.
You had the choice to go any fucking door, right? But you chose this door. No. Just go top right. It's probably the best door. Once again, you're by the window. You can see everything without risking your life. You know, maybe they spawn sniper right now. Who knows? But for some reason, you guys chose this door, which is just no, don't do that. See, now you're on the floor. You're getting spammed. You're probably gonna get forced, maybe. Yeah.
Just go shutter.
Yeah, that's a nice pull for you, honestly. It's a bit late, but so you went from having Uber and they were fully wiped to now one down and waiting in lobby. You know,
Yeah.
you
I think
picked the
even
better door.
here, I do like a super big screw up. I kind of remember if it's this one, but wait, we'll see.
Okay, so you have the spur.
Yeah, I screw up because wait, you'll see. It's actually kind of funny.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's not this push then. I think brushing the point was a mistake, maybe.
Your scout never has to force the point like that. I think they were definitely let's drag it back.
Yeah. Like maybe they should have just ended, like the demo and scout should have just ended with me, like top right.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like you get in, you get the pyro. It's going well up to this point.
And like
You
we
have a
can
soul
just stuff
15?
them.
Oh, for sure. Like you should always analyze the stickies on point. Like you see here. Oh yeah, another thing for your soldiers to do. The first rocket, every last push should be on the point. Unless there's someone literally holding the door, like if there's balcony, there's a solid close. Obviously, get rid of him first. But the first sticky should always, like, you see all these stickies on the point right here. I
Yeah,
don't
just
quite
blast
see
them
them.
away.
Just hit the front of the point and get them away, because otherwise your scout has to do this, like standing there trying to shoot the stickies, and it's, you know, high pressure situation. Sometimes you miss a sticky or two, right?
Yeah.
It happens. But yeah, even if they're on the rim here, if you shoot these little metal things here, you can clear pretty much all the stickies unless they're right in the middle.
Okay.
But yeah, first rocket every push. You should definitely play against that.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, now you've lost both your scouts somehow. I guess one died on the point.
Yeah, and then our demo gets backstabbed.
Oh, okay, the spy. Happens. But yeah, notice how this will happen because you chose this shit door to push through at the start.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what these ads.
Maybe we played too passive. Like we.
I think you definitely gave that way too
Yeah.
free. They had no cap time, they had no nothing. I guess they had ad on you. It could be close to Uber, I guess, but
Yeah, I think we like fear them too much at this point.
yeah, there's definitely this sort of thing about getting the first round in a match. It like alters the mental of everyone
Yeah.
like in the server. You know, like, you're 3 runs down, so you're like kind of scared, right? You're thinking you're gonna lose. This is a weird thing, I guess, but sometimes it matters. I would never really go for aggressive arrows like that.
Okay.
Like every arrow you send there is like 2%, right? And there's been so many occasions when I've been on last, and you know when you're on that 98, 99, and you
Yeah.
die,
Oh.
and you look back, and it's like, oh, if I didn't shoot these arrows, and I was like building properly, if your scout was building here as well, like I
Yeah.
hope you don't lose because of this Uber right now. I mean, they used on second, so it's kind of okay. But that's a nice pick from you, though. But yeah, like whenever you're sacking solis, that's delaying time for you to build your Uber. You know,
Okay.
like even if they don't get the sack, then you at least get at least 10% out of it, perhaps. Um, your demo should be with you, bro. I'm pushing out.
Yeah, he should just be watching Shutter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So your default pushing out of last should be you take lobby with your demo. You know, make sure there's nothing hiding. He gets the shutters. Um, I tend to either your Roma can sort of do what he wants really. He can either stay last. I'm very much of the opinion that you just trust your players. You know, so uh, I'd rather leave my Roma last and trust that he's going to win the 1v1 if it comes to it, and just push out fast, rather than everyone checks everything. It's all about being faster on the map, right?
Yeah.
Instead of all 6 of you checking every little corner that they could be hiding in, then just trust him. You know, trust that he'll win the 1v1, and everyone else pushes out fast, and then you're more likely to get second than if you all sort of take too long and then you get forced and all the dumb shit that can happen, right? But yeah, so your demo holds shutters, your Soli holds last for now. You walk out with your 2 scouts and a soldier to the riverside. Your flank scout goes to point. You and your pocket scout stay top because you know they're probably going to sack on you, and it's just a good boss to be holding from. And then your pocket soldier jumps above choke, which is my choke, unless they are contesting from victory, which I think maybe they are. Okay. So you've got some weird quasi push out, but it's okay.
Yeah, instead of our demo watching Shutter, it's our soldier, like a pocket.
Yeah, it works okay. So yeah, here.
It's like don't
Right.
even stack and just go.
Oh, absolutely. So let's drag that for a second. Oh, wait, did Medic die? Medic died in last, right? Or no?
Uh,
Let's kind of pop you for a second. Oh, Med died in trap here, okay. So
yeah.
Med dies.
Yeah. This is like full ad pushing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. We take it so slow that I'm not even sure if it's gonna be ad. It's like
That's okay,
130.
we'll see, right?
It's like
So this is what I was saying, right? So this is like the full ad, and it's where you should be taking like 2 or 3 points off of this,
yeah,
right?
I
So
agree.
Medic just spawned, right? You've got 40 seconds before, if they're building perfectly, they get Uber, right? So, you know, that's 26:14, which leaves you till 12:46, right? When they would, if they were building really good, they would have Uber, right? Um, so 46. So now they should have 25 already, right? And you've moved from like Riverside to here. I think it's okay to stack here, you know, when it's off of last. So now they got 50, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to choke. Leave one, you know, you're 6 versus 3. And you're less likely, you know, when you were standing on the point earlier and that random solly came in, if you're just walking forward, he's sometimes not going to have a chance, you know, if he's waiting for you.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, just leave one, just big door right now. Big door right now. I'm betting around still. They now have 75. You should be all the way on second. There shouldn't be 3 people on 2 right now. See, now they've spawned. If you were faster, you could have been on those spawn doors, and they would have to
Right.
back spawn to
Okay.
last, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas now, they now have Uber, and now it's a bit like, ooh, are we going to get seconds? You know, if they were building like really well, they should have Uber here.
Yeah, and I also took a huge risk there. Like, I just jump across because we were taking so damn long.
There was a sniper forward.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, you call it right there. If there's a sniper forwards, your demo should just jump through and land on like top of point and can just stick it from there.
Okay.
That should be the instant reaction every time. So yeah, sniper forwards, this guy should stick you on the floor, jump now. These long range stickies are useless. Well, not useless, but they take too long. But it's okay, you get it anyway, right? You went from last to their second. You know, their last basically with full Uber ad.
It could have
It's
been
really,
cleaner, though.
it could have been clean, yeah, absolutely. But you know, could have been better, but it also could have gone a lot worse, right? So I think it's pretty good from you guys there. Why do you decide to trade? What's the theory of
We
this?
got the demo, so I just wanted to trade and then like top right.
Okay, we'll just get the Ubers out of the way.
Yeah, and just take
Okay.
a better fight.
I I'm not a huge fan of trading, if I'm honest.
Would you have like sacked in this case then?
No, I would have pressured. So okay, the special thing about Gully. Okay, let me ask you a question. How many doors are there into Gully Wash last?
3 or
3?
4 if you include balcony.
4?
5,
I'd say
5 with water.
5, right? And how many players, apart from the medic, do you have on your team?
5.
Yeah? The demo's down. He's not going to have stickies. He's not going to be spamming these doors. There's 2 soldiers, right? The 2 soldiers can hold 2 of those doors. So even if, you know, they're fighting 2 of the doors, there's going to be 3 doors that are going to be open, right? Maybe they have a sniper, maybe they have a gun, right? But we don't really think about that in this situation, right?
Yeah.
In this situation, I would just peek and spam the hell out of them, make them nervous. Is that spy? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
playing audio. There you go. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Me flashing that spy let him live and like ate up like 30% of my Uber.
It happens, right? But wait, can I see the positioning there? Oh my god, yeah, 3 scouts. But okay, yeah. So the medics stood here. There's someone else with him. Can't really see where anyone else is. I guess they have a spy. They're 1 down. So there's 2 players missing. Maybe water sort of thing. But yeah, all these doors would have been 3. I would have just been like to my team. I'd have been like, okay, we're gonna spam and pressure in 3, 2, 1. Then you all spam at the same time. You can probably walk in as well. Like this could have been for free. I mean, in
Right,
hindsight,
yeah.
maybe you would have been backstabbed, but this you didn't need to use it for sure. Remember, there's no
Yeah.
stickies.
Okay.
And again, the advantage of this window, I guess you pop because of the spy, maybe. But the things that are going to insta kill you on this door, right, are stickies or a sniper. You can peek the window for a sniper, and the demo's dead. You know. I mean, that was pretty funny actually.
Yeah, me like scrambling to unclick like the Uber off it.
Yeah, I mean it happens, man. It's just how it goes sometimes. Um, but yeah, this is unfortunate how it played out, but this should have been definitely for free. You know, you could have just walked in.
I agree.
I don't think there's any sniper at all. I can't really tell. But instead, you lose 2 in the Uber,
Yeah.
and now it's just this. Then they get backstabbed. Okay. But yeah, definitely if you ever get a spam class pick on Gully Wash,
Okay.
you just you know don't be like too long about it, but be like, okay, everyone have full ammo, and then 3, 2, 1 countdown, then you all spam at once. If they have gun, NG Pyro, then I'm not joking when I say this, but the dispenser is a huge pick. Because then the Pyro doesn't have ammo to reflect. Then he's only got 10 reflex. You know, he's got a small ammo kit there. So like, if you're spamming last with like a pick, you should always be. It should be like dispenser, then the gun, then like the medic, right?
Okay.
Or maybe you can alternate the medic and the gun depending on where he's standing, right? But yeah, you definitely. I think trading is so risky. You'll see in most like sort of mid to low level games, whenever there's a trade happens, it almost always goes against the people that are initiating the trade, right? I feel.
Yeah, agreed.
You always Uber first, they then chase you out a little bit, and unless you've got like a backup play on the go or something, or you have a really nice recommit, then it's kind of hard.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is TF2, right? This is just the bullshit things that happen. Sometimes there's just a spy and we Uber him, you know?
Yeah, at this point, I kind of like realize that if we're not constantly pushing, there's just no way.
Yeah, you're 4-0 down. It's just that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
It's honestly not awful, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's probably a okay. Swing behind.
Like our scouts are kind of destroying them.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, this is definitely one of these unnecessary comments, right? You don't hear I'm beefing all my shots like mid game.
Yeah.
Like, although you're in a rush here, I think it's definitely um, be calculated about it. There's no need to like fully rush it. You still got 10 minutes left.
Mm.
That was a little bit lucky to be fair, but um, definitely. Yeah, I mean that's a good like stop standing still. Like, there's not necessary when there's no one alive that's gonna kill you, right?
Yeah.
And if they just walk in a straight line, it's better.
I don't think we yeah. I've- I think I'm gonna try and exploit the fact that there's more entrances, a lot more.
Oh, for sure. Like sending a scout to water, and even if a solly fights him, then there's one solly that's not
Yeah.
spamming other doors,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the classic 7 pressure they always used to do to us, and it's if they do it right, it's impossible to hold.
Yeah. I can imagine how.
Like so our standard setup would be our scout pistoling from main, just like chipping away at people.
Mm.
Our demo would be well, our demo our soldier turned to like swap it around, but like balcony and shutter. I think our demo favors the angle from balcony, just like spamming pipes over,
Yeah.
and our soldier can like sort of peek the shutter. Um, and then our roamer will be in Riverside, and our scout will try and get in water. But then if you think about it, right, even if the demo's sticking top right shutter, there's no stickies on point, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe they send a solly water to like cover the point. That means there's only one soldier to hold main, Riverside, and balcony. He's more often than not going to fight balcony probably because that's where your demo's peaking. In which case your roamer should be super free to spam from Riverside. And then it's like once you get the dispenser down, people are going to be able to get off little chip shots here and there. Um, and it's just pressuring, right? You don't necessarily look for the medic pick. You can look for other frags.
Mm. Yeah.
People are going to be taking 1v1s. You can identify the feeder. Trade? Is this not full up? You gonna come mad?
Oh, I don't think we did. Did we?
This is odd, to be honest. You come mad here, yeah. Oh, he just won, okay. I thought it was a little bit larger than that.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, you're sort of just under time pressure here, really. Is there anything of value in the last sort of 10 minutes?
I don't really think so. It's just us like beefing, dry pushes because we just try and all in.
I mean, you're just under time pressure, right? And you always play different when you're under time pressure. Yeah, so I think main thing sort of taking this really is let's think back. Having like you should definitely have defaults with your team. I know you're sort of a new team and you're sort of playing with like how you feel sort of thing. Like having defaults just makes things so much easier.
Yeah.
It takes 30 minutes to just have a map talk to people and be like, okay, this is how we're going to push out. And even if it doesn't work next time, you can always change it. Um, but you know, if you want, you can always ask me for like our sort of defaults that we do.
Mm.
Like sort of like when pushing out, you know, just leaving Solly last, Dimmerhole's lobby, you go top with 2 scouts and Solly. The Solly bombs choke, 1 scout to point, and then you and the other scout stay here. And then you can't get sniped, you don't really get bombed because you can see everything high. So yeah, like defaults, that's probably one main thing you should think.
Mm.
2 would be your soldiers spamming the point on last. That's pretty important. Like clearing those stickies, it makes it so much easier for your scout. It's all about enabling each other. 3, Gully Rush specific would be just the top of the point. This area is so powerful. You know, it's back in the corner, you can see everything, it's high ground, so everything I've said before.
Yeah.
And it's from both situations, right? If you know they're on mid, or even if they're on second, they're trying to pick top. You know, you've got this panel here you can hide from sniper. It's really good. Yeah, was anything any other main sort of points really?
Mm. Just like the power of peeking together and then going
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So I I'm not sure if it is right really. There are definitely situations when he should stack, I think. Maybe like when coming off last. But pretty much every other time, I think it's so much better just to keep going.
Yeah.
Just don't hesitate and just run with your scout across the map. Because, you know, if you catch them in the right time, they're either going to be in spawn still and you can lock them in, or they're going to be walking out of spawn. You can maybe get rid of their crit heals, and they're not going to be holding anything, you know? Like, you think if you ran all the way across the map that one time when Solly was spawning, choke would be free if you get in fast, and you're not going to take damage walking through the choke point, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, that's just something that will come with time, right? Um, and you will make mistakes, but you'll find that you like you did. You went all the way from your last to their last with 1 Uber,
Yeah.
and that will happen so much more often when you get faster. And sometimes it will get wrong and you will die, but you will have taken so much of the map that you will at least be able to hold your last sort of
Right.
situation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think this is pretty much just dead time. Really,
Yeah.
too much to look at. Yeah, we'll look at Sunshine. Forgive my shit PC.
It's okay.
Of the data.
Like Toxic and Pepper cannot even walk through.
Yeah, I'm going.
Can our Scots crouch next mid? Crown, I mean. Yeah, we tried to do like the mid you guys did in the cup, but
The mid we did in the cup. What?
yeah,
What mid is this?
um the one you played with Poppy and
Oh, well, the
Lucas.
ascent one. Yeah. Like, what mid did we do?
Like you guys played like the same mid every round. Poppy would
Did we?
jump to like their cafe roof, and
Oh
then
yeah, happy. Yeah.
you guys would just like if nothing works out, you guys just like focus the medic and then leave.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, that's pretty a mixed team, but yeah. Wait, they have a sniper mid.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think they kind of like thought it was gonna be easy after they 5-0'd.
I think we should have left a little bit earlier, but it looks okay.
I think we should have taken more ground, especially with the soldier pick.
Do you know who was sniping? Was it a scout or
Yeah,
was
it
it a
was a
soldier?
scout.
Okay. Again, I'm not sure about this trade here, if I'm honest.
Okay.
So, oh wait, is this scout? I thought you said there was a scout
Yeah,
sniping,
then it
because I
was the
see.
soldier. My bad.
Sure, okay. So, yeah, I mean, there's one scout dead. Now you know there's. I mean, it would have worked either way, right? If it was the scout that was sniping, they'd have no scouts right now because one's dead. In which case, you could just pretty much send a sack, I think would be better. Because then they've got no scouts on the medic and they have to rely on air shots, pretty much, right? Or in this situation, they're down a soldier. So there's only two spam classes. They have a demo and a soldier to hold 3 doors, and you can just pressure together and
Right.
probably find another pick, really. Whereas
Okay.
now you're trading. Okay, you got a pick. They use now. Okay, you're going for the end right. So honestly, it's pretty good. Yeah, you lose 2 there.
I thought it would be fun because they're like committing so hard for forward, but the the kills
But
take
they
a bit
just.
like too long to come through.
Yeah. I mean, they just have the sort of better Uber. It was probably one of the better trades, I guess, but they just have the better Uber and they can just tunnel into you, and I guess just sort of Solly's bed somewhere else. But, I mean, yeah, this is it's over now. My time. Okay, so equal movers. I mean, I hate the pause right now, if I'm really honest. You're just in this little box, right? That sort of, I think teams will do, they'll bring you Valley and you'll send a Solly through choke, and then he's probably going to get a good rocket off on you because you're just in a box and
Right.
you can't really surf anywhere.
And have my arrows out.
Yeah, absolutely right. So in this boss, I'd rather you be on the ramp or even just like balcony sort of
Okay.
thing. You know, this it kind of feels kind of horrible. I don't know if you have someone watching. Is someone
No,
watching
we
Cafe
we
right now?
don't.
Right, yeah. So,
It's supposed to be our pocket, but he went to help Valley, so it and our demo had trapped some point for
yeah, you
some
see.
reason.
Right. Hey, where's your scout go? I think maybe your scout's kind of watching it. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, the Sonic of the Country Cafe comes in behind you, and yours. I mean, your demo has a trap, I guess. Is one thing, but yeah, just I would never go inside the pointless medic really. It's pretty. It's okay. Were they capped?
No,
When did they
luckily.
cap? Oh, they capped during the Uber.
Oh
That's
yeah.
actually crazy. Oh wow, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, luckily our roamer like realized straight away and just went back instantly. He was so
It's pretty
fast.
clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just to sort of go back over that, right? So it was 6v6, right? You on your second, they're on mid, equal
Yeah.
numbers. You they go flowers. You just all I should be seeing from you is you rotate to the ramp. Your demo's like sort of on the floor in front of you. like just spamming the door. Your pocket should be holding cafe, so they can't come through there. Your scout has an eye on choke, so you can see what's happening. And then like your Roma and your other scout should be with you fighting flowers. I
Okay.
don't quite know how you lost two. That seems a little bit weird, but happens sometimes, right? But yeah. Once again, I think I'm maybe a little bit slow here. So I don't know if you need to stack here. I guess you got a couple people on last. Okay, you deny them, so I think this is perfectly okay, right? But now it's just about being fast through the doors, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're hesitating for a door here. Like you definitely could have had mid and locked it out. I think
Yeah.
you definitely hesitated a little bit too much in the door.
And they just like bust through as well.
Yeah, but you kind of like them. It's pretty nice. It's a little bit scary. Scouts. I knew there was gonna be something like that, dude. Holy shit, nice. Yeah, just be fast through the doors. Yeah, leave one and go. Leave one and go. You're hesitating. You're worrying way too much about this guy.
Okay.
Just leave one and go. Like, yeah. Just trust your guy. Trust your guy in second, right? There's a scout less than a soul. He's probably gonna win it most of the time. Sometimes he's not, and sometimes he will fuck up, right? And then you have to go back. But just yeah, I just
Okay.
keep pummeling forwards. I definitely think you sort of a little bit too scared, maybe at the moment.
Yeah. Think so. I, I screw up in the flashing. I need to fix it because the Uber lasts so short.
Yeah, it looks like okay. It's pretty fun. I like your pause too. You stay like here to right the entire time.
Yeah.
And one thing you can do, the barrels just like to your left, like
Yeah.
down a little
Yeah.
bit. You can heal people on point, like backside of point,
Oh,
and
okay.
stay on the barrels.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice. Yeah, no, first round of the day.
Yeah. It was actually the first round of the day because in our warm-up scrim we got 5-0'd as well.
Jesus. Nice move. How are your soys dying? What's going on?
Honestly, I have no idea.
You go from demos die super early as well.
They like meet us at cafe, and then I think our soldiers like.
Okay, so demo dies.
Mhm.
You are gonna scout. Your health is pretty okay here. Your demo's here. One of your soldiers is like half health. So yeah, okay, this Sully's gonna go down no matter what happens. I think your other Sully, I think he's the one screaming that he's on the med.
Yeah.
I think he needs to chill, honestly. This goes from a easy mid win to you've lost your Sullys and you have to leave.
Right.
He should definitely value his life more. I mean, maybe it's one of those situations like I've had this discussion with my Roma like quite a lot. Like I don't want him always asking if he can go for stuff. Like sometimes you might find he's like, oh,
Yeah.
can I go for the med? If he's got like an opportunity, I'd rather he just go for it if he sees it because I trust his judgment. You've got to trust your players, right?
Yeah.
But and sometimes it just happens and it just doesn't work out, right? So maybe he could have killed the med and this would have been a crunching mid win and then you get to last and you win the round, right? It's just one of those things, but yeah, you lose both your soldiers. That guy lives behind. It's definitely still winnable,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Just kill this guy and leave. Sorry, Kron. We're just chilling on point. Just reset. Sorry, Toxic, I couldn't save you. No, don't peek. We're down to scout. If they want to come valley, just let them come, okay?
You
Yeah.
love going inside the point.
I keep making a mistake.
That's
I'm getting past valley.
if possible. I mean, obviously it happens, but try and look at the guy as you're like
Oh,
tripping away.
okay.
I guess you were sort of stepping forward, but sometimes you get air shot, right? But it
Yeah.
can be avoidable if you're sort of looking at the rocket.
Okay.
But I mean, that's such a small thing, and yeah, not even the best medics do it every time. So you have one pick. They have a sniper, I think. Can you just say? Okay.
Too late. Oh. No. Do not die.
It's okay. I think you're like going there. It's okay.
The sniper might peek valley.
It definitely feels like you don't really have much of a plan when they sack.
Yeah.
Like this is something you know they're gonna send a solly like 90% of the time, right? There should be it should be something you discuss with the team, like the instant reaction you were gonna do, you know? Instead of you
Okay.
instead of them sacking a solly, this is what I'm seeing right now. They're sacking a solly. He has I don't know, say a 16-second respawn timer. You spend 8 seconds of that discussing what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you spend the next 4 seconds setting it up, and then you like do it, and then he spawned, and you're like saying too late. Like, you should already know what's gonna happen, right?
Mm.
Even if it's simply just sending your roamer in, you know that as soon as that guy dies, your roamer needs to get as much of a buff as he can, unless he's already in position. Um, but yeah, it's another thing about being fast, knowing what you're gonna do, instead of it's just all preparation, right?
Right.
Because you're never gonna be surprised by the solly sacking. It happens all the time.
Can you high bomb him, Fanny? Spot. Oh shit.
That's scary as fuck, man.
Holy shit, he has traps. So on. Nice. Yeah, standing on six.
This is okay, to be fair. I think the team's maybe a little bit too scared of the sniper,
Maybe.
but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad.
Okay, are you over here? The way Toxic walks up is so
Yeah.
it's like he
But yeah, again,
pretends
like,
to be a polymorph.
let's bring it back again.
Yeah, I
So
keep
they,
like walking into the point. Now that I'm watching him back. Can you high bomb him, Fanny? Spot. Oh shit.
Gonzo left channel and
okay, you
disconnected.
do this one first.
Gonzo entered channel.
Okay, it's just a 1-for-1.
Yeah, standing on six.
Okay, it's just a nothing there, kind of.
Okay, are you over here? Yeah, I think I have this bad habit where, like, when I watch back the demo, I'm always like standing still a lot as a medic. Oh my god, the way Toxic walks up is so fucking sus.
You think?
I feel like I don't know. Maybe I have this habit of like talking, like standing still while talking.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Can we have a soldier watching it then? Nice.
Yeah, nice. Med dies.
Yeah, I kind of wanna. Whenever we get the med like this, I wanna like wait for their buffs to disappear, then we like start taking
Absolutely, yeah.
turns.
No, perfect. Perfect. It's okay. Not the best use, but it works out okay. You're definitely right. Two kills is definitely enough. This guy's just standing so like.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. We just get mid. This is this hard. This is like this. Can we just build?
I think maybe you could have dropped your player there. Like maybe he would. I don't know. He would have died, but then you have Uber to go to the second as well.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's okay.
something I talked about.
Hmm?
Like the team asked me about it, and they said if it's a non-Ubered player shooting, like I should always like never use. But I don't know.
I don't know if that's completely true, but I don't know. I mean, that's just you'll learn like as you get better. You know, that's just how you read the game.
Yeah.
You'll know what works for you and that sort of thing.
Yo, I want to get ready to leave Valley. Alright? So can I have someone playing close cafe? It's fine. It's fine. Are we going through now? We can try and walk. Yeah. We can try and walk. Leave, 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 leave. Wait.
Were you trying to get on the roof?
Yeah. I still haven't figured out how to do the jump.
What do you mean? It's for the scout speed.
No, even with the scout speed, I keep screwing it up.
Really?
Yo, we're so split. We're so split. Yeah, so I tend to just sit on the Tetris.
Damn.
Yeah, this happens a lot
Like,
of fights
how
where
does this
like
go?
I have to just permanently arrow people.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess. I think that those scouts, you need one of your scouts, probably a flank scout, needs to be more of like a floater, right? So these like scouts are just literally just jump around off the props, you know? They're looking to, if you look at logs. Good example. Yeah, so Carl here is like a pretty good example. This was like a fairly close match, but he's actually top damaging in our team, but he's also almost bottom taking damage as well. He's very efficient with his like damage
Okay.
and like being aware of what he's doing. So in this sort of situation, he would literally just be jumping around this to this to this. You know, you see both of your scouts are sort of stood on the floor.
Yeah.
I think it's a fairly bad position from them, if I'm honest. But yeah, just jumping around, dodging projectiles, just making them look at him, you know. But he's doing damage at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
top damaging on our team. Oh, what's it's gonna give me a logs?
That's from Pug. Maybe the one with 110 views, like Sunshine, under the Highlander one. Yeah, that one. I'm pretty sure that was the game.
Sure. Okay. Two violence and three. Pretty good. Yeah, but okay, it's not too bad, I suppose. But yeah, like literally, all Carl just spends the entire game just jumping from prop to
Okay.
prop to prop to
I
prop.
see.
You'll never see him on these like little low ground areas or under the point or anything like that. He'll always have high ground.
Yo, we're so split. We're so split.
How I don't know how does this happen though? What goes on? See trades, you lose one, how do you lose one?
I think we.
You sack one? Oh, he gets headshot, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets headshot.
Like, and then they just come for a trade, which I don't know. I wasn't really expecting. Like, it's a miracle I saved my demo actually.
Yeah, okay, so I feel like you're not very set up for this. It feels like you get surprised when they come
Yeah.
through here. Another thing, should be expecting it, right?
Okay.
So your sort of pauses on this should be you have one scout on the high ground up here.
Hmm.
You have one scout spotting valley, like sort of down this angle here. Your soldier is watching cafe deep, not deep, but like in this door here. So you know when they're gonna come, right? And then your demo plays this side, and then you play either on the point here or you're getting a funny pause, right? And that way you see where they're going to come because your scout here can see choke and flowers. Your scout up here is covering for the bombs. Your demo can lock down choke in this as well, and if they do decide to come flowers, then he can rotate. And your solly also sees the deep, and he's going to get early damage when anyone repeats this corner, right? So even if they just run in like this, they either have to use early because on the soldier, and your demo is also in good pause. Instead of this, which looks like they just straight up ran through.
Yeah.
They use a little bit earlier than you. Yeah, so they get in and they use like here
Yeah.
instead of a little bit earlier. For sure. So now,
yeah, it feels we're so split in the fight as well, like in the post-uber.
yeah, I think you guys will get confused about what needs to be. Where's your other soldier in the situation? Do you know?
I think I see him later on. Yeah, he was.
He just jumped down valley, right?
Yeah.
So okay, he needs to realize it in this situation when you're one guy down. This is the whole thing about. It's like when you pressure, but the opposite, right? You've only got 2 spam classes to hold 3 doors.
Yeah.
So he cannot be taking a fight and being like, you sort of jump out with like 10 health.
Yeah.
So like post Uber, he needs to be on a good pause, either holding close cafe or like on the high ground somewhere. Your demo should be way more disciplined with his ammo, I think.
Yeah.
So you'll see here. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, so he's sticking the chokes. I like this. We debt these. No, okay, that's okay. But yeah, now you have barely any doors on lock. Your solly's out of the fight, so you have basically your demo who's got half ammo to hold all 3 doors. So then are you able to push in because the doors aren't being held, you know?
Okay.
And once they get in through the doors, you panic about this sniper, I think. It's a good pick. That's pretty nice. Very nice. It's a good drink of it. Very good.
Yeah, I think that was a good case of like us playing like together a decent position and then
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
killing the overextended.
Jesus. Okay. Could have been cleaner, but it
Yeah.
works. Yeah, okay. Perfect game? Hog?
Nah. I wish. I don't think I've ever had a perfect game in a match.
Yeah, really?
Like yeah. Like this week, the second map was 5 death, and then last week, which was week 1, I think three deaths.
That's not bad. How are you so weak?
I,
You
not
just run
sure.
through?
I think maybe the demo was like
Oh yes, if you stay on the corner. You're very much concentrated on your own players. You need to look at the sky a little bit more.
yeah.
It's the whole expecting thing, right? He surprises you and 2 rockets you in the back. Whereas if you're looking at him, then
Yeah, I wasn't
likelihood
looking
is
at all.
you maybe get a nice surf off. Like I think you just see him on top of the bell tower there.
Yeah, I think it's the same guy. Like our soldier loses height because of him, and then he immediately commits to me.
Yeah, you just see his hat here. I mean, obviously you're not going to see that in game, but if you're looking up and being aware, yeah, you get surprised by him, so you die. But otherwise, he only hits you with a 50 rocket at the start, right?
Yeah.
You definitely probably could have surfed that maybe, and
Yeah, he
you
died
probably
like
you probably die
instantly.
anyway. Yeah, true. You might die to a sticky or something else, but you definitely live longer, you get more heals out, and you know,
Yeah.
just increase your likelihood of winning the mid. Right?
Call focus. Scout, scout. Med, 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 med. Demo, demo, demo. Scout, 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 scout. Nice. Oh, shit. Nice. Nice one, nice one. It's fine, it's fine. We can refight middle. We can refight middle. The med died like super late.
Another small
Please but live.
I know you're sort of
Nice one, nice one.
I know you're very much caught up in this fight that's going on, and it's all pretty exciting and stuff, but you know, you need to realize that the time it takes you to meet up with your scout on mid is not going to be
Right.
within the next
Okay.
4 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you're here right now.
Yeah.
You're not going to meet up. You could
Okay.
just be in spawn. It's another small thing about the building Ubers thing, right? So like 1827, your guys just spawn. You could be building here.
Yeah, it should have been like 20 ad.
Sure. I mean, it's only like, you know, 3 seconds maybe of Uber that you missed, but when an Uber takes 40 seconds, that's like almost 10%,
Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
And your scout's not building it
Yeah.
either. You break the beam, he's still not building.
Yeah, and then I arrow for like 10 seconds.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Can we spot the soldier? Can we spot the soldier?
He's juked you 3 times.
I can arrow you?
That's amazing. I think you need to have a lot more arrow patience.
Okay.
Like, you know, people are retarded, right? I have it so many times you try to arrow them and they just move or something and they don't know what's going on. Like, people start step, it just happens. So just take a chill, and even if you take an extra half a second to wait until they've stopped fully moving to arrow them, then you'll hit the arrow and you just give up more heals, right? So then you hit the arrow, you're not spending time missing arrows, healing your gun, you're building as well. Just, yeah. I mean, that's just like taking it chill a little bit, really.
Okay. I want to go cafe again. If we can get 2 right, Fanny, that's worth already. I think maybe we take too long.
Yeah, let's see in the med spawn actually. Hang on. Okay, med spawn at 40.
I want to go cafe again. If we can get 2 right, Fanny, that's worth already.
Okay, they're 25 already, and you've done nothing yet.
Yeah. Start walking now. And he wouldn't even have been on mid. We should have been bullying like
Yeah.
from the start.
Med has 50 now, you're still on second.
Do we have any info on their positioning right now?
Oh, Jesus.
Someone got forts, I think.
Hang on. It's showing me it's still ports down there. So...
Walk right. Yeah, we just get through cafe for free after. Then I think I saw his like medic percent there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they should, if they were building really hard, they'd have 75 here. And you're only just getting through the door.
Keep walking right, walk right.
You see his percent? Oh, he's in a different location to mine.
No, do not use.
I can't quite see, but yeah, I mean, it took you 40 seconds to go from second to mid, right? That this should have been
70%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
In like a high level game. Yeah.
yeah. If like the team was coordinated, this like could have been a round.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
You know, in a high level game, this guy would have Uber, and then he just took 1 point with an Uber. This should have been in, scout on second on mid, trust that he's gonna win the 1v1 with someone if they go for a back cap or whatever, and then you keep going, you bully them off second, and this should be either stalemate on last, which I think it might end up being anyway, because you know it's not, people aren't building like this in Div 2 or Div 3.
Yeah.
But Yeah. We'll see what pans out.
Nice, nice. Wait, keep walking. We're walking to second. We're walking to second. Someone got forwards, I think. Someone got forwards.
Troops on bigger forwards.
They're catchable in lobby. They're catchable in lobby. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? I used? Yes.
Oh, you still think it's ad here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. I think before like
Oh,
this
it's
talk.
been a whole minute since he spawned.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, I
but
guess you saw his
what
percent,
is
but
it? Um,
retraining
before
or
like this demo review, I always like had this idea that trading and then just playing the post would be fine. Like even with one kill, like 1 or 2 kills. That's why I always like emphasize on, at least with this team, before I was emphasizing on trading and then getting in a good position for post tour. Because I think in Div 3, most of the players aren't like that experienced in terms of how to play post, and they like maybe
sure.
feed into us.
Yeah, I think that goes. One sec. Yes, was my show. Oh no, I'll put it backwards. Yo, um, you're talking about trading, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Because I don't know, like we just aren't that coordinated, so the peeking all the doors to pressure is still gonna like take a while.
sure, but do you not think on the flip side of the trading thing that your players are also inexperienced, and the only difference in this sort of situation is that they have a longer Uber,
Yeah.
and I guess you have a frag in this situation. Like there's only I feel there's only a few times when initiating a trade is like really good.
Okay.
Like for an example, Granary second.
Yeah.
If you are in yard and you're trying to take second, like a good trade that we'll always do is we'll take a Solly and a Scout Z. We use through on the Scout first. He forces the med, and your soldier then takes the rest of the Uber and jumps behind either lunchbox or top, and then kills the roamer. Right. So in that case, he's fully buffed. He's using the Uber to get a kill, and then you are 65 values in play. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas in this situation, it feels like you're sort of getting the Ubers out of the way, but there's no real plan with what's happening in the Uber, right? You get the force, so you've walked in here, they've just used, you've got 30% left,
Yeah.
your soldier's here. So, I mean, this could be good, right? Because you get one pick. But if your soldier jumps in and maybe jumps some guy on the right, then he's doing something with the Uber. I don't quite know what he does. He jumps behind the Uber, and he just feeds there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, I agree with you. Like I'll try and talk to them and like work on that.
yeah. Like, I don't mind trading if you have a plan with the trade, but I find in these sort of lower level games that it's just 10 times easier just to, even if you just do like double sats, things like this, um, trading, I don't know, it always makes things a lot more complicated than it needs to be, I think. Okay, you're busting here though. Arrow patience. Just trust he'll stand still. Nice. Nice arrow. Point is so free right now. You could maybe have looked at the medics if you had either. Could have maybe tried like a
True.
tiny ad.
True.
That's like a small thing. Nice dodge. 2 frags. They use. Okay, this is fine, yeah. Very nice. So there should definitely be a like a 3-2-1 sort of thing as you go into last together, I
Okay.
think. Because otherwise you run the risk of, I think what's going to happen, or what might happen right here, you're down one. Your demo's like 10 health somewhere. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Like your Sully's going in from lower. I feel like the Sully's gonna die to the scout. You're then gonna be 3v3, like you and your other two scouts. I don't know where your other scout is. You're gonna be 3v3 on last, and they're gonna have spawn advantage, right?
Mhm.
Whereas if you maybe go a little bit more together, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Come to me, Play point immediately.
So you lose one, your demo.
But the
You
soldier
win
tunnel,
anyway.
the
That's
soldier
okay.
tunnels me in the push,
Yeah,
which is like a mistake.
definitely. If you jumped in, if you jump the point, that's all he probably gets. He goes maybe. But it works out okay.
Toxic, I saved you so many times there.
But you have the same crosshairs as me. What the hell?
I have the same crosshair as you?
Yeah, like there's like same different ones there. Like Medigun, you got like the open cross, and then arrows, you got like the small cross.
I copied it off the, what is it? One of the Prem players in Australia.
Oh yeah, I think I did two actually. I think Lau has it, does he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're on second. We're chilling on second.
I'm so glad you didn't dice that guy, but you should have done really.
Yeah. He went for a demo instead. Like he did a 6 damage shot to me. And then
Alright,
just
there's
gave up.
one capping. You saw one guy here. The other guy's always gonna be coming in behind.
okay.
Right. Like
Yeah.
even if you're not holding a really good like sort of defensive, if you're not inside lobby or something, at least be looking at it so you can see him coming up instead of. I think you definitely got a little bit lucky here. But
Yeah. I
he
agree.
hits the 6, right? He hits a 9 shot if you're in the back, and then your demo hits 2 pipes. Like normally your demo's not gonna hit 2 pipes, and normally the scout is gonna hit a 6 or a 9 in the back, right? So it's definitely lucky, but if you see him coming, you don't get surprised.
True. I wanna go cafe. This is ad. Remember, this is ad. They're one scout down. It's fine. Keep going. Are they close?
Anyway, medic spawn. Okay, med spawn is about 56.
It's fine. Keep going. Are they close? Walk right.
So medic has about 50 here. Can you see this guy? Can't see on your HUD.
Yeah.
But now they have 75.
Changing HUD because it was so hard to see with the Solemn Vow on this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Just chill on mid. Can we play for a sack?
I mean, this should have been, as I said before, don't repeat myself too much, but it should have been multiple points, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I know they fought you a little bit, but leave one, you run at the medic with your scout, and they're just gonna back. They're gonna leave.
Okay.
You definitely didn't need to stack there at all. But I guess you didn't. You thought they may have had either, so it's okay.
If we get the kill,
They're playing shot. That's a good call. They could have. They just pretty good.
yo, I'm going to the roof.
We're doing about scout speed.
Yeah. I screw up. He's cafe now. Yo, if we kill him, we can go. If we kill him, we can go. Help Pepperlo. I used. We're trading. This is good. Can we end forward. Come. Kill the scout cafe. We chase cafe hard. Nice. Can we keep pushing? They're 3 up. Demo took 60. Leave. It's fine. Just leave completely.
Just a chaos fight, I guess.
Hold middle. I think that happens a lot in our games.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure.
in scrims, it's way worse. Can we hold closer, please? I don't like this. Can we hold? We're giving them too much space. We're giving them. This is bad. Leave, please, leave, leave, leave. Leave. We got the medic. Leave. We got the medic. Leave. Yeah, I'm just spamming arrows at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you're panicking maybe a little bit.
More than two, I'm just gonna use, by the way. We are not pushing yet. We are gonna wait. Do you think I should have just called to go, even though we had no demo?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe a little bit too nervous about. Obviously, you're 3-0 up. What's something like that? Like still there. Medic just won, right? 20. 11:20 on the clock. Medic's not going to be on mid. Who's just spawned? Maybe by now he'll be hitting cafe.
Okay.
But even if you're just peeking doors and denying crit heals on mid, I can't stress enough how big crit heals are.
Yeah.
If you just have a scout peeking and choke right now, chipping away at people, it takes 3 times as long. Like you think of your team, right? So that's a good number. So there's what? Scout gets 60 with a buff. It's 120. Sully gets an extra. Both Sullys will be 200. And then demo, what's that? 175, 260s, 85 extra health, right? So that's the total amount of health like when you fully buff everyone, right?
Yeah.
So that's 405 extra health. Normal beaming, yeah, that is 24 a second. It takes 16 seconds, right? If everyone has crit heals, it takes just over 5, right?
Yeah.
It's a 10-second difference to buff everyone.
True. Okay.
So if you're picking doors, and you know he's far away because he's just spawned, the Sullies aren't going to be fully buffed to sack on you. It makes a world of difference. But I get that you're 3-0 up, so you don't have to be too nervous. But so yeah, he's spawned at 20. He's now got 25. People start spotting, and he's already got 50, right? You're only just getting through the door, and he's almost 75. 75 now. Again, they should have Uber if they were building.
Like, yeah, after we lose 2 at this point, and I just want to take it like point by point. Like getting
Yeah,
mid
for sure.
will already be good enough. Don't die. He's 120, 120.
Nice.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's all okay. It was pretty nerve-wracking. I felt like you were quite worried a little bit, but it's okay. Super milkable. I love that call.
Wait, just chill, just sticky them out. Nice, just keep choking.
Nice.
I'm not using. We're gonna wait for our soldiers, alright? And then we're gonna use.
Smeller's about 25 now.
Call when you guys are ready, then we start walking. Okay, can we start taking lobby now?
50.
Go from bats. Can we spot?
Let's go into 75.
Can we get buffs?
And you're now going to get buffs. If they're building like this entire time,
I'm gonna use. Call focus.
they should technically have Uber now if they're building the entire time. It's very likely they get Uber in this push, I would imagine.
Call the commit. Go. Play point. Just stay on point.
It's okay though.
I don't think they're building at all though.
Yeah. I guess it's if you look at it from the other perspective as well though, like I imagine teams are just as slow against you. If you build like properly hard, you'll get the buff for most of the defenses. Teams are very slow. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, but Yeah, I think it's good. I want to like slowly learn how to play as fast as like the top teams in like Prem.
Yeah, sure. If I was you, like in between arrows, like if you're in a situation like this, where you know you're gonna have to arrow multiple people, just in between each arrow, just have a little look around. Just make sure you know what's going on.
Okay.
Because in this, like
I
you
just
miss the first
tunnel.
arrow,
Yeah.
yeah, you're very much, trying to heal your team. A story lands on you, you're dead.
Mhm.
Right? But if you look up, you see him landing, then you can't arrow your scout, but you probably live and you can heal everyone else, right? But it's very hard to see from
Oh
your
yeah.
pov what's going on, though. Yeah.
Agreed. I cannot. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the hallway. I should have called my scout to run back, cause I think. Wait. I'll see later. Like people, my beam keeps getting broken.
Everyone just leaves you. It's not a 95, is it?
Stay with me, please. I think it might be.
Oh no, man.
I'm 90. I'm 90. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me.
Oh no. Yeah.
Two up. Two up.
Yeah, you need your team to be conscious of Ubers.
Mhm. No, I think I should have called Baron to just come back to me and get Uber. We're taking a lot of damage still, really early. But I also, yeah, also like trying to main call as medic is pretty tiring. That's
Oh, sure.
something I realize. Like even though I tried to like teach the rest of the team, sometimes it's like information overload for them.
Yeah. You have so much to think about, right?
Yeah.
Like not only do you have to remember Ubers and stuff like this.
Compared to like main calling as pocket scout, I had like I used to have so much control of the game.
Yeah, you do. It's nothing.
You get what I mean, right? You guys are just sitting in the corner still. Go now, go now, go now, go now, go now. On med, on med. They use, they use. Live, live, live. Just get a gun now.
Build. Yes, very nice.
We are just going to hold last. Yeah, I think after this we just park the bus.
You love to hear it.
Push, kill this. Okay. Wait, stay left, stay left, stay left. Stay left with me, stay left with me. Nice.
Shout on left.
It's fine, you're three up. Do not over aggress now.
You see all three of them actually this one.
Soldier and spawn. Oh yeah, I screw up here, I think. Like, oh wait, no. Do I? Yeah, I think I screw up here. I go to the point again, and because of that.
Yeah.
Soldier on. I have to use. I got forced. Okay.
You never need to go inside that point.
Yeah. Just reset now. Reset. Then now they're full ad. Like. Hmm. Con, actually, can you just go last and get a gun?
It's pretty cool though, getting gun early. If you build hard all the way, you could still definitely get a large.
Got forced to. Yeah. Keep building. I don't know. The soldier bombed point. Can we hold close left? Hold close left.
No way. 3 hours. He doesn't fucking get anyone. 4 hours, my god, man.
Scout behind point. You need to focus the scout. Don't overchase. Do not chase. Just get a gun. Just get a gun now.
Damn, you love using those hours.
Yeah. Just Fanny, can you go battalions?
Italians love it. Ready for a trade.
Oh shit. Stay with me, stay with me. Okay, okay. Scout down, free scout. 70 behind point.
That's okay. They're getting desperate now.
Yeah, just chill on last. Just not yet.
But it's fairly dead time now, I think, really.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so I guess things we can take from Sunshine. Don't go inside the tube. In second point. What else? What are the main points? Just be
It's
being
really like,
faster.
yeah, it's not like map specific stuff.
No, definitely being faster on the map because like once again not really stacking. Like this is
Yeah,
another one
yeah.
where you can the forwards you can literally hit from their like side of mid. Really,
Yeah,
and your demo can throw stickies over the fence. And don't be so scared. For real,
Okay.
like it's okay to take risks, and that way you'll get more comfortable with just like going across an entire map. There were a few times you had full ads going from second to mid, and you only like went from second to mid, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, but it's not bad. There's definitely things to learn there.